Okay, today I want to show you how I make the plaster of Paris. So you get your mould that you've made and you make that with silicone, this stuff. Oh no, I haven't got the mould thing. But you make it with silicone stuff. I can show you that if you need to see it. And you've made the mould. I made it originally for candles, but the wings of this angel are so delicate that they break. Although some man told me about putting wire in there, so I was going to find some sort of gold or copper wire to strengthen the wings for wax. But for now, we're making plaster of Paris ones that I'm painting gold, as I showed in the other. So they end up looking like this. Someone's saying they're not angels, but that's what they were meant to be, as angels. And different angles, and she looks different. I don't really know what a real angel looks like because I don't know that I've ever seen one. I might have, yeah. So this is the plaster of Paris. I got it from Hobbycraft, 2.5 kilos. I did buy some online thinking I'd got 2.5 kilos, so I bought 2 because they were so cheap, but they're not. They're only little packets, but they'll do in time. So it's a different ratio mix anyway, but this mix goes 2 to 1. So you get your scooper, like anything that contains. Really, it's good to use small amounts because then if you use small amounts, it's more manageable, isn't it? Impatience is like, oh yes, do it all at once. So I use 2 of these into a little bowl. Right, there's the bowl. Usually I put my monkeys in the bowl, the candles, to melt because they're ball shaped. But now we're using this bowl for 1. And they're level, like level tablespoons. And oh, you can't see. There, there's 1, and move it along a bit. But it's hard to show you everything. I'm new to this camera game, but I will get expert at it. Maybe I won't. So that's 2, right? So 2 of them. Make a little dent in the middle, so like for a little reservoir. Try not to get the powder everywhere because it's probably toxic. And then got a bowl of water. So I take a scoop from the bowl of water. So same. So now that's 2 to 1. Okay, 2 to 1 for the feel. Right. So I've poured that in and get a stick, chopstick I'm using. Stir it, and stir it gently. They say if you stir it fast, it's like whisking, isn't it? Like making cake. If you stir it fast, you're going to end up with air bubbles, and you don't want air bubbles. It says if you do get air bubbles, bang the sides. But do it slowly, gently, and till all the lumps have gone. Try not to build air bubbles. So it's like making a cake, really. And then when it's made, patience. See, I'd have to speed this up in a video, and because it's a bit boring. Although if I talk for a moment, that makes it less boring. So it's a lovely day today. Sun is shining. I'm in working, making candles, making angels and monkeys. Yes, with intent to sell. So now we pour it in the mould. Now if you want, because when you tip it from there, one finds that it may tilt and go into that side instead. So what I do is get a little scoop, and you just feed it in slowly. Yeah, like this. And it's that easy, really. So now everyone will be making them. Maybe. It's fun. I mean, you could make anything, couldn't you? You know. I'm making angels and monkeys. But I was walking and thinking, I'm jumping, but I was thinking, well, you know, because it's like, what else can I make? Because I do like making, so look, that's all used up right now. I do like making, like these things. So now we get another spoon, right, because it ain't full. Now it might leak out of my one, but it hasn't, so that's good, isn't it? It's a breakthrough, and that's because when I made them yesterday, they leave a residue behind in the bottom that blocks the hole, and the holes there The hole's there because of the one, because of the wax candle. We put the wick through it, but also somehow the head got torn. Don't know how. So I had to sort of fix her. So I fixed her with bubble gum, and it works. But yeah, poke up the area, and for the monkey mould. So we've got 2 in there. Stir it like that. Get a spoonful of water. Make some medicine go down. Right, and there it is. Spoonful of water. It's a little bit short, that one. So, you know what I mean? Don't want to diddle ourselves. So again, and I think this mould takes about 3 of these. So there's going to be 3, but you never know. People might like watching this anyway. It might be like watching pimple popping or something. People like that pimple. I ain't got no pimples. I can't pop them for you. But I am making these, and I'm going to eventually join it all to the plan. But I have many plans. The plan is to join it all together and make you a nice video. But you have to do things in stages, you see. Just in my world, because you get so far and then you're knackered. And you have to rest and then you start again. So at the moment, we're up for it. It's morning. So again, we get the little scoopy dooper. It's a scooper dooper. So yeah. That's that. It's good to be creative, and I mean, well, I just sort of make them. I've not got a model to go by. I just sort of make up the models. I'll tell you how I make the models in case you didn't know. Is I get that self-drying clay. I mean, really, ideally, I'd love clay, because I love clay, and I used clay as a child, apparently. That was the script run anyway. So yeah, I used to play with clay in school. They'd give me clay to make me behave, because I was very bored and I disrupt. Very disruptive, they said. Very disruptive child. Gave them opportunity to send me to the head. And then, who knows? Hey, who knows? Well, you didn't get sent to the head. What had happened is they'd tell me, don't stand outside the class, Louise Clark. And then along I come the head, lo and behold. Sort of like predictive programming, really. What do I know about them sort of thing? And so she'd come, yeah, so we're getting the scoops, I should show you, out of the bag. So, yeah, should come along. Louise Clark, why are you standing in the hallway? I was about 8 or 9 in. And, junior school, art place. And I said, oh, because teacher told me to stand outside. So she'd be like, come to my office. So I'd go to her office. I don't really remember anything after that. I think, oops, see, forgot what I'm doing. I'd have to write lines. I remember having to write lines sometimes, and it was like, I must not, I don't know, be disruptive, do whatever. So I remember writing them. I remember sitting in the office of the headmistress and writing I down the page, and then must, and not. But how long I was there and what happened next is your guess is as good as mine. But they gave me clay and I'd make, but I don't have really much to show you, and my mum was a type of mum that would keep everything that you did, because she'd be like, that's what you do, you love your children. And all that's left is this like plaque that I've made. It's on some of my videos of like houses, rooftops, and I do like rooftops, I do. And I like architecture. And then, yeah, rooftops, made that. And then I remember a pinch pot with little dots all around the side. And that's all that she kept. So when I reflect, because it's like, oh, I had the storyline saying, oh yeah, and then they gave me clay because I didn't do any work. But it seems that when you look at all what's to prove that they gave you clay, it's like, well, nothing really. 2 items. I ain't got the pinch pot, but I've got the plaque still. But yeah, I seem to have a naturalness with clay. I like clay. I like them. So yeah, so I just sort of made up these objects with intent to make a monkey and to make what do you call it? Angel. Because monkeys didn't sell, and I went to this craft shop in Little Hampton. And the woman in there, and I said, I made the monkeys, they don't sell. She said, why did you make monkeys? And I said, because I like monkeys. And she said, well, not everyone likes monkeys. So she said, you know, you've got to think of what you're selling to, which was right. And so I was like, right, well, it's Christmas, so I'll make angels. And I did make this angel. Oops, just wiped all that spoon clean, the blue big one, and then soaked it in water again. It don't help in scooping it, because yeah, what I want to do now is the monkey one. I'll leave that as it second, the angel, to try and let it get set, because I'm trying to do both to show you, because then you've got an idea of quantity as well. So, and you know, the ratio and all that. I think there isn't thinking like that. I mean, you might be looking to make some yourself. So yeah, and I'll just tell you the story, why not, because else it's boring. But when I make the big video for this, it's run out or something. It says it's run out, battery's low, something like that, close, battery's low, something like that. Anyway, is it still ticking? I think it is. I ain't got no glasses on. So anyway, that's one. And then this is the second one. So yeah, apparently I did clay, but I don't remember doing more than 2 things. Well, I don't know how many things I don't know. Now, let's get the water. Right, I think that was saying the batteries, but it probably ruined the picture. Is it still moving? I can't see. We'll know anyway when we're done it. If not, you've seen the basics, haven't you? So that's that. In this, I ain't got total control over any of my equipment, believe me. No, I ain't. But that's life, isn't it? If I ain't, nor have you really. I mean, you may not get much interference because you may be just like following, getting all your credits, social credits, and doing all right on the scores on the doors. But if you go against the grain, and you might go against the grain because you might have a different thinking to the grain, and then what happens? So what I'm going to do now is move that angel over, right? It is moving. Move that angel over so that I can show you the monkey being built. So yeah, oops, wrong spoon. They're not thinking right. She's not thinking right. There's the monkey. So hopefully the bubble gun in his head stops it all leaking. It looks like it. I mean, if it leaks, it leaks, and it'll leave some behind, but that's sometimes wastage. So yeah, here's the monkey being built, and they say pour it slowly because else you'll get bubbles, and that's why it's good that if you do it in small amounts like I am showing you. Then there's the bag, and then that's what I do, is move it, put it against the side. Like that. So if you do it in small amount, then it's more manageable and you won't have bubbles. Because I think that's if you like making big things. Who knows? But yeah, that's that. Now, poke the hole, get the water. Here I have different voices, don't I? Different voices with different choices. Well, you see, the head teachers, they talk like that, don't they? Funny that. So, and I used to be so rude to them. They didn't ever tell me off. They'd say, Louise, Clark, you need to pull your socks up. That's what they say. And then I'd pull my socks up to be sarcastic and rude. And they did write in my reports I was a rude, insolent child. And I suppose I was. But I found them not nice. And, well, that's who I was. I mean, thing is, they called it rude, insolent child. Once I went in university, I was very clever, they considered, because I'd ask questions and challenge what they were saying. But when you do that when you're in school, they're like, oh, you're rude and insolent. But that's all I was doing, was they'd say things, and then I'd be like, well, you don't know about that. And I'd be like, you know, looking at it from all different angles for whatever reason. And that's where they got that I was rude, because they'd say, oh, you know, don't challenge me and what I tell you. But you have to sometimes. Because sometimes they're talking rubbish and they're just talking what they're said. Told to talk, sorry. Look at my English. So, yeah, this one I think it takes about 3. I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't do it all perfect. There's probably other people online and they do it all perfect. Clean surface, no snow on it. But that ain't me. But the end result is the same, really. Either works or it don't, isn't it? Now. So yeah, it's self-drying clay that you make the models with. I think I was telling you that. Make the models with self-drying clay, right? That you can get in our e-shop, probably can get it online. And then self-drying clay, and then what you do is buy this silicone. I did buy the silicone online. Buy the silicone, pour it in, make the mould like you can see below. They only had it in pink, now they got it in white. They've probably got all different colours nowadays. And doesn't really matter what colour it is because you're only using it as a mould. And then you make the mould, and then my original monkey I've still got, but what you see is the clay shrinks in time. I suppose it just dehydrates, so it does change shape. I don't know, I think my angel did change shape a little bit. I'm not quite sure why. The original angel's mould, the statue that I made, she sort of crumbled, but I managed to make the mould so that she don't exist anymore. And then yeah, I made the candles with her. I'll try and do it again with some wire. Gotta get the wire yet. You know how it goes. So yeah, this should be the 3rd one. See, I'm a perfectionist. Pour it in, pour it in, pour it in, pour it in, pour it in. That's what you got to do. Simples. So I mean, you could do this. I don't know if it's toxic, because I mean, you could do it with children easy. I don't think it's toxic. I mean, you shouldn't eat it really, but I don't think it's toxic because I put a bit of water in there. We'll set that because children do play with plaster of Paris, don't they? And you make, like, when you break your arm or whatever, that used to be plaster. Nowadays it's some other stretchy stuff. And yes, I had loads and loads of breaks as a child, but in my files there's no loads and loads. Yeah, I used to always break the fingers. Break my fingers, look, see that one? Break my fingers. Oh, it's not enough. Oh, well, when it's not enough, what you do is you get a little scoop like that, and you make a little amount. So you use 1, and you use 2, and you use 1 water, and then you get your chopstick, or any sort of stick. Stir it all together. And hopefully, I bet you this ain't enough. I bet you've got to do it all again. But as time goes on, you get used to what amount fits where, don't you? Yeah, just got to do a little bit more. Patience is a virtue. Grace is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Virtue is a grace. Grace is a little girl with snot all down her face. Yes, I know. Those are the sort of things I would... when the teachers would be like, oh, patience is a virtue, Louise. And I'll be like, yeah, virtue is a grace. So he said, I'll go with snot. I'm cheating on this because it seems to be really thick. And I might as well use up... I might as well use up all the excess because that's all my model's done. So yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was out, taking the dog out. I was thinking, what else can I do? And I thought, because I think I've got some self-drying clay somewhere. I thought, make a lion. Because that's my other one, is lions. I used to paint lions when I was at school. They tell you, they tell you to paint all different things, and I'd just be like, whatever I wanted to paint, I was going to paint. And then they'd be like, you know, it's meant to be, I don't know, but I would take the words and then use it. I remember once it was like, got to wash my hands, contrast, and I did this big lion's head, and it was contrast, Louise. And so I drew a little tiny mouse in its ear. There you go, contrast. So that's how I am, that's me. Like me or don't. But that's who I am. Right, so that's how you make the moulds. I would show you me, but I haven't had my shower yet. I haven't done my hair. I haven't done anything right. Right, look, I got this. I found this on the floor. It's got a flashing light. Look. Blue light. Hey. Anyway, that's that. Look, all different tempos. We'll get to use it. Right, that's it. Bye.